Welcome to Yamaha. My name is Jonathan. I'm a Senior Technical Support Engineer. We're out here at InfoComm 2023 with the DM7 series, brand new flagship series from Yamaha. Very exciting feature sets, great price points. DM7, DM7 Compact, two different consoles. The DM7 is a 120 input. The DM7 Compact is a 72 input console. Both share the same output structure, 48 mix, 12 matrix, and 24 DCA, plus 2 stereo buses. Again, the 96K operation is really what we're pushing forward. We want to get 96K out to everybody. So native 96K operation. We have a built-in 144 by 144 at 96K Dante Card. It is part of the desk. It ships direct. There's also a new PY card slot series, which is a 64 channel by 64 channel 96K interface. Right now we're offering MADI IO card with SRC, a S3 card, as well as a MIDI GPI card for contact closures, 5-pin MIDI, those kinds of applications. DM7 is 2 fader banks, 12 faders each, plus the 4 custom master fader layer. DM7 Compact is 1 screen, 1 bay of faders, 12 faders. Again, the 72 channel operation on the Compact, 120 on the full size. You're able to tab through those inputs here up at the top. You've also got kind of a slick way to go through all of your I/O from the side. Nice little menu screen to be able to choose what bank you're looking at. That includes DCA and DAW control. The back of the desk has an 18 by 18 USB audio interface plus DAW controls. So you're able to mount DAW faders here, be able to assign everything that direction. You might notice we were missing a lot of faders, not a lot of knobs from maybe Central Logic style M7CL, CL5, those kinds of things. We've moved towards this screen application. This is a new engineering style for us. We've gone more towards a screen approach, trying to use a visual interfere with the surface. So instead of looking for a knob, you've got your 1 row of encoders at the bottom here. If I snap to an input, you've got your normal processing. Across the top is your processing strip for the channel. 2 inputs available, an A and a B for selectable, backup microphone, something like that may be used in a theater application, maybe a double podium mic. Your normal gain setting, digital gain as well as gain compensation, 2 dynamics plus an EQ. You're able to reorganize the processing for your dynamic to an EQ in case you want a gate compressor and then an EQ. 4 insert points. You're able to assign them to be you can move the processing around. You're able to use outboard. The Dante card is higher channel count than even the full DM7, so you're able to do external plugins, maybe 2-way sound grid or something like that, and not lose your full input channel count. Delay on every input as well, just in case you need to push something backwards. We do offer 24 delay out ports, so you're able to delay an output port, channel by channel basis selection, and assign them. We've got several new cool features on this. The DM7 offers the expandable control module, which is new for us. It can be purchased with the console as a package or on its own, and also can be included with theater and broadcast software, offering a ton of new features for this console. The control module is just that. It is control only, no audio. On the back is an IEC and a 2-port network switch. It integrates with the control network on the DM7. You've got another 48 user-defined keys. You've got user-defined knobs, 2 custom faders, a pan knob, which is also new for us to be able to move images around, as well as a jog wheel that you might recognize from maybe a PM5D, PM1D, or Nuage days. This is back. It's a great new feature for us to be able to do multi-track movement. You can do scene movement on the jog wheel, and you can turn it off so you don't have to bump it accidentally. The theater and the broadcast software really are huge selling points for us. Theater software includes things like actor libraries, so you can have actors preset, all of their processing is in a library. You could just recall it right through a scene list. There's also DCA Grid, which is a great new way to program maybe a line-by mixing system with DCAs. You can go into the system, program a scene, and track that actor through multiple scenes without having to add them in every single time, which also means that updating is faster. So you can update an actor, add an actor to a DCA, it all happens automatically. The broadcast software has a couple of really great features, including 5.1 and a future release of firmware, as well as LUFS metering, able to do different meter types, meter points, different algorithms, and different meter sensitivities as well. Those all can be shipped as a package. We have the DM7, DM7 Compact, DM7EX, which includes the control module, theater, and broadcast software, and the DM7C, or compact EX, including those two pieces of software. On the right of the screen of the Surface, we've got the new utility screen. It's got a couple of great features that are just built in, including more user-defined keys, just so you've got more selection points. Monitoring section here, scene list available as well, so you can look through your scenes and quickly navigate, not lose access to anything on your main bay. We've got something new called AI Assist. This is a great new tool for us. It is a beta piece of software right now. It's an intelligent system. It's able to listen to an input. It will listen to a source. It'll try to identify what it is. It'll label it, and it can set head amp as well. Once you label it, give it a picture, it knows what it is. It can then set the head amp from there. We also have fader mode, which allows you to create 4 groups of inputs, group them together, and it will intelligently design an algorithm to mix those together. On top of the AI features, we do ship 64 channels of Dan Dugan auto mixing into 5 groups, so you still have the ability to use a full auto mixer from a familiar face. Other options on here, we've got the full setup here. We've got something new called split mode. Split mode is a way to cut the DSP in half and make 2 instances. On the DM7, it's 120 channels, which means that when you go into split mode, it is 2 60-channel consoles. Split the outputs in half. The mixes can be assigned in 12-channel increments. On the DM7 Compact, that's 2 36-channel consoles. We see that maybe for a front of house and a broadcast, maybe 2 different rooms doing 2 completely separate things. Besides maybe sharing an input, that you can assign patch on 2 consoles and turn on gain compensation. Everything else is separate. Different EQs, different processing, different plugins. It cuts the plugin algorithm in half, but you're able to then have all of that running simultaneously. On the DM7 with 2 screens, you can maybe have the A and the B side up at the same time, or maybe looking at both sides, or to one side on both screens. From there, you could maybe run DM7 Editor on a Mac OS or Windows computer. You could have the other engine up running and controlling the other side of the desk at the same time from the same place. We do offer a DM7 Editor, Mac OS, and Windows, as well as Stage Mix for iPad. 2 of those concurrent sessions. Monitor Mix, if you use currently, you know that it's limited to 10 connections at once. We have increased that connection to 48 simultaneous iPhone connections. So you're able to have 48 Stage Mix applications, Monitor Mix applications running at the same time compared to the 10 in previous versions. Speaking of plugins, our premium rack got a massive facelift from Ravage. We pushed that down to here. Instead of having an 8 premium effects plugin rack that you could choose from, we now have 64 DSP slots. What we're able to do from there is allocate DSP across 4 DSP chips, and you can then mount different processors that require a different number of DSP slots. From here, you can remove stuff. I'm going to show you an example of mounting here. Just going to clear this. So for example, if you want a Portico 5045 that requires 2 slots on a 64 slot system, that means you could have 32 Porticos running at the same time. Maybe you want to have a 5045 on 32 lavs. We've got you covered. Every plugin is available, so you can run the full console that direction. On top of that, you've got 8 effects legacy Yamaha effects engines. You might be familiar with CLQL or TF, and 32 graphic equalizers also available at the same time. In addition to the premium effects and EQ racks available, we do have some premium plugins available on Dynamics, including maybe a Comp 260. We've got an FET limiter, diode bridge compressor, all sorts of great resources available to you. We also offer this histogram, which allows you a visual approach to maybe a potentially meter bridge application in previous generations. You can visually see what you're doing, make your modifications. You can see all happening in real time with history, so you can see what happened before. The I/O for DM7 is Rio. You don't have to buy new stage boxes to get yourself up to a DM7 console. If you've got a CL and a couple of Rios, you can drop in a DM7. Rio D1 and D2 are both 96K capable with current firmware. We're also about to start shipping a TO 1608D2, which is 96K capable, which will be the companion I/O for maybe the DM3 series. DM7, you can mount DM7s across using Dante. So potentially 2 DM7s, maybe a compact on stage and a DM7 at front of house. You can mount the DM7 compact from front of house, and you can control those head amps on the physical desk from front of house. So you can essentially create a 16 by 16 stage box up at your DM7 in front of house.